There we go. Got that wrong. Guten Tag, Marcus here. I realized that when I did the time tracker video, I actually forgot a couple things. So I'm going to go through those now before you watch the time tracker video on how to do it. One thing, hey, sorry about the camera. I have a big ass monitor. Sorry. Like 42 inches, and so my camera sits way up on the top of it there, so it looks like I'm looking down, but I'm actually looking straight at the monitor, so sorry about that. So let's go through here real quick. Here's one of the things that I forgot to show you, how easy it is to use this. Yeah, it's copy and paste, so a couple of shortcuts that you can do. Okay, so so you click on which one you want to do, the Control V. And then that's how you do it with each one of those. Now, okay, so on your actual, okay, so you have your plan here, okay, and say your actual, you actually did that. So you just highlight down here in case, again, you didn't know, you got this little button here at the bottom of where you highlighted, and you can just drag that over. So that you got, whoops. Just got to do it right. So you can drag that over. Say one day that you work a little bit extra, so you have that, and you've done this and stuff. But again, if you're going sideways or down, you got this little button here where you can just drag it down, and it just makes it that much easier. So then the other thing that you can do to make this easier, once you put all your stuff in there, and it's going to be the same, say, for the foreseeable future, you can just go through here, go here, and just highlight the whole thing. Come on. Highlight the whole thing, Control V. So once you get it done, if it's pretty much the same, especially if you're doing to the point, or like we talked about, you do your sleep, eat, commute, and work, and put all those in there first. And if you want to do that, you just highlight the whole thing and then just copy it to each succeeding page. So just to clarify that particular deal. One other thing that I didn't get to is the 49-day calendar that we talk about in the WIN system. It's the 49-day challenge starts on the 10th of January. It's because it takes 49 days for you to develop a routine, a success routine, and so utilizing these other programs, we go through that for the whole 49 days. If you want more information on that, you can just go to My Peak Power, and there's a whole deal there. Just click on events, and it will show you the whole program and what's coming up. So very good. Thank you for that, and we'll see you at a later date. Guten Tag. Welcome back. I'm Marcus, your tour guide. So today we're going to go through another part of the WIN system, which is the time tracker. So without further ado, let's go to an example. This is one of mine from several years ago. I've been using this for many years. So you can see how this works. You just put the deal in here, and let's go through how mine works. Okay, now I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I started out in the produce business long time ago, and I had to be at work at 5, so this is natural for me. I've been getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning for 40 years. So I get up, I do my hour of power, do a little light physical work, shower, get ready, and here's a good tip for you. The first 90 minutes of my day, my business day, is emails and phone calls. Okay. After that, I'm done with those until late afternoon. Then I get right back into my deep work. Now, we're going to go through this in the WIN system, in the Peak system, on how to get ready to do your deep work. This is where you're totally 100% focused, and believe me, it works. So then I get that done. Now 2 to 4 hours of deep work is about all you can do, 4 hours being the absolute maximum. For me, 2 hours works really well. So then, I stop. I don't eat breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person. again, back in the day, it's really hard to eat breakfast at 4:30 in the morning. So I usually have, a hard-boiled egg, a protein smoothie, whatever, after that. And then I sit down and I do my financial. Now I use the Cash Flow One system, which is going to be available here in a few days. And I know it only takes me about 15 minutes or so, and I'm updated and everything's current. And I know exactly where I'm standing. Do a little cleanup, because if I made a mess or whatever, then it's back to business, then back to deep work, back to finish up some other business, and then I stop. Okay? Now, the thing is that you need to do this and schedule this stuff in, because, and TV is a big deal. People waste a ton of TV. Now, it's not a horrible thing, because, I am a NCIS and FBI fan, so I schedule it in. I like to watch those shows when they're on. Now, the other thing is that, Saturday afternoon here, back in, September, I like to watch college football once in a while, if there's a good game on. So I leave that open. On Sundays, again, if there's a good NFL game on, I'll watch it. But I'm a golf nut, so I like to watch the back nine on Sunday. So I schedule it in. And, I have YouTube TV. So what I do is, if there's a golf tournament and a football game on at the same time, I just split the screen and watch them both at the same time. So you can pretty much see the rest of this, your plan and review, and we'll get to that, in the Win system. So it gives me plenty of time here. I've worked on this, and I got, 42% of my time is on business, between learning and deep work and my actual business. So here's an example, and this is the way you need to set this up, is sleep, eat, commute, and work. We all pretty much have those four. Pretty much everybody. So what you do is you put those in there first. Okay? And then that leaves you, okay, what do you got left? Oh, I got a bunch left. And then you start plugging the other stuff in. And this is where the routine maker and the time tracker here come in, where you can get to the point where you can schedule your stuff in. Again, another practice sheet. Now, we made a few changes this year. I'll go through those here in a minute. The first being, now this is one that a person filled out. It'll be blank when you get it. But one of the changes we made is that on the plan versus actual, we changed it, instead of percentages, we changed it to hours. So it's easier to keep track and see what exactly you're doing. So again, you just fill it out and start putting your stuff in there. Now, I put this one in here. Excuse me. In the Win system, all of these, there's 52 weeks, so they're all 52 weeks of the time tracker are in there, and all 365 days are in there. So you click on it, and it'll take you to your daily schedule. So, and then what you planned out for your time on your time tracker gets listed here. Okay, and you see you have this stuff in here. Now, if you go to your January week 1, okay, you have your week in here. Let's go back here first to the monthly. Okay, so again, there's 12 months in there. There's a year in there. Here's the year, where you go in there and you put in the stuff that you need to get done for the year. Everything's defaulted to the end of the year or the end of the month. And so what you do, if you need to change something in here, all you do is click on the deal here and go to the date, click on the date, overwrite the cell, and it'll change it for you. Okay, so we go back to master task here. The stuff in green is stuff that's upcoming. The stuff in red is if it's past due. Okay, so this one's past due. But if it's checked and you got it done, it turns to blue. So if you got a lot of blue in here, that's good. And yellow means it's due today. And of course, red is past due. I got this defaulted to the end of the year there. So what we had here in January, the different things, what you do is you do your January, and then you got your 4 or 5 weeks in the month here, and it's broke down. Okay, then you put in what you need to get done for that week in your different categories. Now, I also added house in here, so that's a kind of a big deal for a lot of people, and that's something that we added this year. So that's in there too, because that's a big deal. And so here on Monday, here's the stuff that I needed to get done for this particular Monday. Okay, so then you just click on Monday and it takes you to that schedule, and whatever you put on your weekly comes down here to your daily. Okay, and then you just schedule it in how you need to do it. Now the journal, this is part of that deal where I talked about plan and review. The journal is where you dump everything, whether it's good or bad, because as the saying goes, success is rented and the rent is due every day. Okay, so whether it's good or bad, it's over. Put it in here and dump it, because the path, you no longer have control. It's done. It's over. Get over it and move on. So we have that. This is what we call the top 3, and I don't have an example in here, but this is in your deal and it's part of the high performance tracker. The number 1 thing that you need to get done, the number 2 thing, and the number 3 thing that you need to get done for that particular day. And you can score it on this in your high performance dashboard. So then you just go back here and you take care of that. So again, as part of it, here's a 49-day calendar. You can take a look at this. This is all the different things that My Peak Power has got coming up here over the next several months. And then in the peak system here, again, if you have any questions, this is everything entails. I didn't go to the menu. Here's the menu for the WIN system. As you can see, it's pretty comprehensive. Everything that you possibly need is in here, and there's how many? 102,000 links in here. So wherever you're going in this particular case, these won't work because they're tied to the actual program. But wherever you go, whether you're in your master task or whatever, you can move and navigate around this deal so easy. It took a little while to get that done, but it's done and it works. So if you have any questions, I hope you can enjoy this and work it. We're going to do the routine maker tomorrow. That's another great tool to use. And again, if you have any questions, you can, whoops, I didn't put that in here. You can email me at win@mypeakpower.com. So, enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later. Guten Tag. So here we are again. When I did the time tracker the other day, it occurred to me after I watched it that I missed a few things. So let's go here and I'll show you what I missed. So the biggest thing is that, first of all, let me apologize. It looks like I'm looking down here at the camera. I'm not. It's just that I got this really big monitor and the camera sits up on top, so apologize for that, but that's the way it is. So yeah, speaking with the theme here, you see here, you know, I got the other day I had Leavenworth in the background, and today we've got Neuschwanstein, the castle in Bavaria. So just a quick deal here, copy and paste. Okay, so the thing that you need to do is just highlight what you want, and then of course Control V. Okay, now for those of you who are not real familiar with Excel, you can, there's a little deal here down on the bottom here, the bottom right here, and you can just drag it to where you need to be, whether you're going down or sideways. And then if you have that and that worked out, that was your actual as 2, you can just drag it over. So that's just another deal. Or, you know, what you can do here is you can just do this and then hold your control button down here and then just highlight the days that you want to do it, and then hit Control V again. Whoops, forgot to copy it. So Control V. So that's a quick deal with that. Now, here's the other thing that I forgot to mention in here. These categories here, other than, you know, the 4 that we talked about, the sleep, eat, commute, and work, these you can't change. They're locked in. But if you need to change one of these other ones, you can change them, and it'll change. If you change it on this particular, the first one here, it'll change on the other 4. So say, okay, entertainment, say you volunteer on a regular basis. Okay, so you can change that, and then it'll change on all your other ones as well. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, you can't mess these things up. Okay, they're password protected. Okay, so if you wanted to go in there and you try to change the business here, it's not going to let you. So you can't mess this up. You can't change something that you're not supposed to change. You can change the stuff that you need to change, but nothing else. So we have that, and so that's one of the quick deals to do. The other thing that you can do is, okay, so like we talked about, if you put in your sleep, eat, commute, and work first, and so you did your whole week there, okay, so you know that for, say, the next month or so, you're going to have the same schedule, that part of your schedule to start with. So what you can do is just highlight the whole thing, Control V, and it'll paste your whole thing in there as well. So just wanted to do those quick things that I missed the other day. Once again, I hope you enjoy working with it, and again, if you have any questions at all, just email us at win@mypeakpower, and we will talk to you guys later.